Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Life by Aru. Today we are heading out for a little weekend getaway from Visalia to Shavers Lake. This is one of the hidden gems up in the Sierra National Forest. So it is about like a 2-hour drive from Visalia, so we started early to make the most of the day. The drive is really scenic, especially once you get past Fresno and start climbing into the mountains. It is unbelievable. Ever since our friend told us about the Shavers Lake, we've been wanting to visit for a while and finally made it happen on a sunny Saturday. It turned out to be such a beautiful and a perfect fun day for a mountain visit, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're traveling with kids, I think it's super important to look into the weather app and start your day because it only gets colder as you go up the hill and to the Shavers Lake. So we started our drive from Visalia in the morning, and then the journey was itself so refreshing. Like as you leave the Central Valley behind, the scenery just keeps changing every now and then. Like all the flatlands turns into hills, and then slowly into like this lush pine forests, and then just mountain roads and all that stuff. So we didn't stop anywhere along the way, but the views were absolutely stunning as we drove. I loved filming all these. I've added some clips here. You see what I mean? Like, if you love road trips, nature, I think this drive will just make your heart so happy. If you're planning this trip, make sure to carry water, snacks, food, and most importantly, a light jacket. If it's summer, a light jacket. If you're going on winter, I think you know what to do. But even in summer, it just cools down quite a bit once you reach the lake. I also did mute this video, but it was extremely windy as we drove. At the lake, it was just fine. It was beautiful, perfect. It was not windy at all. But as we drove, it was pretty windy that I could hardly keep my hands outside. And here we are at the Shavers Lake. So there was a bit of confusion when we initially reached. In the Google Maps. It just showed where all the stores or the restaurants are. But to get to the Shavers Lake, you need to drive a little bit forward, like maybe a couple of miles, or I don't quite remember how many miles it was, but we just drove a little bit forward. So on the right hand side, you can find this beautiful lake, which is Shavers Lake. So if you're driving and you have a little bit of confusion, so just keep in mind, just drive forward, keep driving, and then on the right, you can see this lake. Shavers Lake is in the Sierra National Forest, and the elevation is about 5,500 feet. So this place is surrounded by like these tall pine trees, all the granite rocks, and the water is just the calmest blue. Like it was so peaceful. And I initially thought this was a natural lake, but this is actually a man-made reservoir. But honestly, it just looks so natural and untouched. It blends so beautifully with the natural surroundings, like you'd never guess it wasn't a natural lake. Also, there's plenty of parking space, there's restrooms, there's a little office if you have any questions. So I would say it was pretty convenient to park the car and just go to the lake right away. And I would like to share a fun fact. So Shavers Lake was created in the early 1900s and is actually a part of hydroelectric project. The water from the lake helps generate power, but it's also a recreational spot loved by locals and travelers. There's also cabins, campgrounds around here if you're planning to stay overnight. So there's lots of facilities. So I think we're going to do that next time. I'm not sure, but yeah, it could be pretty fun. Although I didn't know all this information before while I was going there, but as I was doing this video, I wanted to learn a little more about Shavers Lake and I found it pretty interesting, so I wanted to share it here. Yeah, it was such a beautiful day that day. So we spent the afternoon just soaking in the views. We had our lunch in the car, so we just packed all the stuff. We just went and yeah, we just spent the whole afternoon just soaking the views, playing in the water. We let the kids play in the water, but also the water was freezing cold. Like when I say freezing cold, it was freezing cold. It was really hard, but somehow my kids loved it. So yeah. So we had a little picnic by the shore, and there are actually plenty of spots around the lake where you can just set up and it never feels too crowded, to be honest. So you can also rent boats and jet skis near the marina, like if you're into that kind of adventure. We did rent a paddle boat. It was so much fun. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. So yeah, it was quite peaceful. And those pine forests, I mean, I couldn't get over those. I kept recording that. I couldn't help myself because it was so pretty. It was just throughout the day, and as we go, like if you see them a little bit from, like near, I think it was just even prettier. So I don't think my camera is doing any kind of justice for how beautiful this lake or the scenery was. But yeah, if you guys are in the Central Valley, or really anywhere in California, I think this visiting this lake is worth it. It's worth every single time of yours. So I would highly recommend. Also, if you're visiting with kids, don't be like me. I forgot the kids' sweaters, but please carry your sweaters. Even on the hottest day, it is pretty cold at the lake. So please do carry. Thankfully, that day the sun was coming out, the setting in, coming out, setting in. So all that was happening. So we were actually fine. The kids were fine. So, but yeah, I would not recommend forgetting that. So please do take your sweaters for you and the kids, extra clothes, towels. I think you would know. If you're a parent, you would definitely know what to do. So yeah. All right. The most highlighting part of a day was renting a paddle boat. It was such a fun experience. Like we got to explore a little part of the lake from the water. The boys were so excited and scared at the same time. So honestly, it was a perfect little adventure. I personally think renting a paddle boat is such a good choice because we got to enjoy a lot more, be in the activity, do the activity of paddling the boat and just going around whichever way we like. It was really fun, to be honest. We were closer to the water, and it was just so much fun. I don't know, I mean, maybe or maybe not, if you take a motorboat, if I mean, I'm not sure if we would have enjoyed that much, but yeah. So my elder one had a hard time sitting down because he wanted to stand, come front, but we both have to paddle it. So we asked him to sit in the back, but he wouldn't. He wanted to stand for some time, and then yeah, we were just paddling through. He was pretty secure, though it was not dangerous or something. But yeah, I wished he sat down behind, but he didn't want to. He wanted to stand in the center, holding our hand. So yeah, but that's fine. It was only for some time, and then after we finally got him to just sit down, not to stand but to sit down. But honestly, these views, I mean, I could not speak about it because the lake just felt more peaceful, and being out there in the middle, paddling together, was just surrounded by these mountain views. It was just magical. It was really magical. As the day came to an end, we just sat for a bit longer, just soaking it all in. It's hard to leave a place like this. You just feel somehow lighter. So if you're in Central California and haven't been to Shavers Lake, trust me, it's worth the trip. Thank you so much for watching and spending the day with us. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. And let me know in the comments if you've been to Shavers Lake, or have you had any favorite day trip spots. that I should try next. See you in the next one. Bye.